Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician 84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 91. Let's kick this off. So I've got a few questions, including one, actually three, from Chris Reinhardt, who posted it in the wrong place. But guys, I'm gonna make a request here. If you do submit questions for my Q&As, could you please ask them in the comments section of the latest Q&A episode? So in this case, it would be this episode. Just so that way I know where all the questions are and I can make sure that I don't miss anyone out. Yeah, they've been posted in the wrong place like 3 or 4 times now, and I just prefer it if they were in the comments of the latest episode that gets uploaded. Thank you. Yeah, Chris Reinhardt says, "Hey, hope you, Emma, and everyone commenting is doing well. We are, thank you. I'm back with a couple of questions. So I'm a fan of the Guardian cards, especially Eatos, and have been trying to find a good way to play them. I wish the Guardians could work together to make their own playable, but they really don't due to having to play their equipped spells first. But that brings me to my couple of questions. One, I was wondering if you ever saw a decent build of Guardians, and so what build they play. No, I didn't, unfortunately. I don't think I've ever seen a Guardian deck profile at all on YouTube. Sure, there is one. But yeah, I do see what you mean. I mean, this is one of the archetypes that I said a while ago that I think really needs support. I'm still trying to think what kind of support they could get to be playable. Maybe have a monster that could be special summon, where it's like treated as one of the guardians. I don't know. Or maybe a continuous spell that says it's treated as one of their equips. I don't know. But that would be cool. I mean, I feel like Konami would do that sooner or later. Look at Gate Guardian. Gate Guardian has incredible support, which makes the deck really, really playable. So I'm sure Guardians will some love. Anyway, 2. Did you ever feel no? Did you ever like the Guardians, whether in the anime or cards themselves? Yes, I did. I thought they were really cool and really awesome. Although it was a problem in macros, though, because yeah, that deck can play Guardian Eatos, because obviously no monsters go to graveyard, and Eatos just comes up just like that with no monsters in, as you know, which makes her the easiest one to summon. I think that's the only time I didn't like being behind the Artos, even though it's macro itself, Fissure itself, and Banisher of the Radiance, Gaius the Shadow with the actual problem cards. 3. Which Guardian is your favourite? I don't really have one, but if I did have to pick one, it would be a toss-up between Eatos and Grawl. Eatos because, well, again, she's the easiest one to summon, and Grawl because, well, it's a 2/5 beat stick, can be special summon from the hand if it's the only card in hand. It's really awesome. I do rate that. Alright, now I've got 5 questions here from Gunner. 1. Why don't we have a female main protagonist in here? Would it not be fitting? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't have one yet. Um, I mean, there's nothing stopping um, the writers uh, come up with a female protagonist. It would be very refreshing and make a nice change of pace. Um, yeah, from how other animes have been in the past. uh, yeah. 2. What is your favorite female protagonist? Um, Probably Taya, I'd say, because she's just very inspiring. Giving pep talks, keeping the group of friends together, um, and um, and then of course there's cheesy friendship speeches which she gives. I do love this. Um, it, well, she hardly ever duels, but when she does make some very cool and unique monsters. Sure. I mean, I know she's not as strong as my Lexus or Caesar, um, but still, I still like the others really. 3. What would happen if Joey won against Siegfried at Kyber's tournament? Oh, I would absolutely love that, and it would be hilarious. Um, it would be hilarious because the main antagonist of Grand Prix arc got taken out very early on, just like that. Um, I don't know how Joey would have been able to come back and win, um, but yeah, it could be great. I don't know how much would change though. I mean, he would then beat whoever Siegfried beats in the semi-finals, um, and then he would go on to face Leon. Um, I'm not quite sure how things would go from there, but I feel like because of plot convenience, Leon would probably beat Joey, which would be really unfortunate. Um, uh, um, yeah, Joey would still be a victim of plot convenience. I feel like Leon would have still beaten Joey and then gone on to face Yugi, and Siegfried would have still given Leon the golden cross of Stromberg, and everything would have played out the same way. Now, I feel like the duel between Kyber and Siegfried would have still happened. Um, but I think besides Joey making the final and dueling for the right to face Yugi, I don't think anything would have really changed. Um, well, except the fact that the top 2 duels would actually play out. Um, uh, 4. I prefer to have a Dark Magician fusion spell that fusion summons from it's like Red Eyes fusion slash Neos fusion. I hope someday we get such a card. How great would be the chances? Um, I'm not sure. At this point, it'd be kind of a slim chance, as I have no idea how soon we'll get any more Dark Magician support. Um, because obviously we had it last year in Battle of Chaos, and cards we got in that set are going to get reprinted this year's Megatins. So I don't think we'll get any other Dark Magician support anytime soon, including this fusion spell. Um, so I don't know. Chances would be low, but mainly because it could take a while still. Why? You you're not double sleeving at all, are you? I think that's meant to say. Not my main decks, no. I don't see much point in double sleeve, really. I mean, it depends on the sleeve, but I don't think it's necessary, especially for my signature three. And all of them, Dragon Shield is the best kind of sleeve we ever got. Um, but I do, however, double sleeve my Dark Magician Utopia and Gagaga extras. These are the sleeves I use for my Dark Magician deck. See, the Dark Paladin ones, which are fragile as fuck. Um, Now, even though I'm not like shuffle the extra, I'm I double sleeve anyway, just for protection. Same with the ones I use for my Utopia deck and Gagaga deck. They both use the same extra X sleeves. These are nice, but again, they're fragile as well, so I double sleeve them. But that being said, I may consider double sleeving my Yugi Jade and Yusei Yuma and Yuya character decks. I mean, you've seen what kind of sleeves they are. Like, I have 4 U-boys on a sleeve for my Highlander Yuya deck, whereas the other character decks have the card back sleeves. The problem is, those are the types of sleeves that just heal too easily, which is very disappointing. Um, that's the same problem with similar sleeves, the Jaden that I have, and the Dark Magician one, actually. Um, some of my past format Dark Magician decks actually have Dark Magician sleeves, so I think for all of these decks, I will consider double sleeving them just to protect them, really. I'll just have to get a bunch of clear sleeves for them. Yeah, and join the double sleeve mainstream. Yes. Uh, Next 2 questions are from Matt and Alison Welch. Damn, I finished my drink. In season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Darkness, aka Night Shrine, really gave Jade a run for his money with the deck. Do you think we'll get any of Darkness's cards printed as real, even though we already have one of his cards? Clear World. And how broken do you think they will be? Well, don't forget, we also have Darkness Destroyer and Darkness Neosphere. I mean, there is a chance we could get them one day. I feel like we would get them in a future Battles of Legends set. As cards from the anime usually do get printed, like even if it's many years after said anime aired. So there is a chance, but I'm not sure how good Darkness cards will be, because obviously they're vulnerable the back row removed. I mean, Harpy's Feather Duster could just outright ruin your day if you were playing it. Yeah, or Lightning Storm, actually. Once they're played, it's like, yeah, it's really hard to come back. Plays like I really didn't want Harpy's Feather Duster. It hurts Dark Magician too much. Anyway, that's another story. Maybe if the Darkness Field spell said, while this card is face up on the field, Darkness spells and traps and face down spells and traps can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. If it said that, then yeah, they'd actually be playable. Just wonder though, how not checking the face down. I know in the animated field spell does say cannot look at your face down cards. But I guess it would still say the same thing. You know, shuffle them randomly and reset. Yeah, I guess that could still work. And then, of course, there's all the monsters to help support it. Um, and I don't remember which Darkness card it is that puts him a look at his face down cards. Um, uh, yeah, if they have some sort of immunity, yeah, they could be pretty damn good. But I do feel like the fact that you can't look at your face down perhaps should balance it out still. Unless, of course, you have that darkness monster that lets you look. 2. Alison started collecting koala cards to make it to a collection because the koala bear is her favourite animal, while mine is cats, like yourself. Yeah, fellow cat buddies. Do you think we will get some of the other koalas Chumley uses in the anime? Again, I think it's a possibility. Again, it could be that they could come out in a future Battles of Legends set, or maybe something like Dual Power. Actually, um, get some cards that were only in the enemy power. And Dual Overload. Yeah, cards that were in the Forms Beyond Time movie, but didn't get into real cards until much later. So yeah, I think we will. But I can't remember what other cards he plays because it's been a while. But the only ones I can think of are the ones he actually um that are actually real cards. You know, Big Koala and Des Koala. Then again, it's been a long time since I've seen those GX episodes. Next questions are from Weber's 5. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. 1. With all these new upgraded retrains of classic monsters, Magician of Faith and Dandelion, is there any card you'd like to see follow this trend and get an upgraded form? Well, there is one card I can think of, Max C. Now, I do like Max C. It is my second favourite hand trap, But like I keep saying, I am on the fence about whether or not it should come back. Um, but that's a different story. Um, a retrain I have thought is something that can function in a similar way, but isn't as busted. I'm thinking um, of, of when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field um, during your end phase, draw cards from your deck equal to the number of monster effects your opponent activated on the field. Um, you can only use this effect once per duel. Um, Now, whether or not it could have that last drawback, uh, I don't know. I was just really trying to think of a way to really balance this card out and make it not as broken as Maxi. Um, I feel like something like that would, especially if you're drawing in the end, to make it similar to something like Super Rejuvenation. Because at least that way, um, earlier in the turn, you can't draw into something sacking, like another hand trap or whatever. Yeah, I know that's something that annoys a lot of players. 2. So far, each skilled magician works with a classic monster from Yugi's deck. Dark, Dark Magician. White, Buster Blade. Red, Summon Skull or Archfiend X. Blue, Gaia, Chestnut, Karibo. But we don't have yellow or green yet. Which of Yugi's monsters do you think work best for these colours? Um, well, for yellow, I was thinking of um, either the Silent Magicians or the Silent Swordsman. Um, the White Archives. I was thinking of the Three Musketeers of Face, the Poker Knights, but I feel like the Poker Knights have good enough support already. Um, maybe they could get a skilled magician at some point, I don't know. But the silent magician and silent sword archetypes, I feel would be more deserved, especially since the last support we got was in that duelist pack. Um, can't remember the name of the life of it. I know we got it in the autumn of 2016, but I really don't remember what it was called. Um, it's really bugging me. Um, Uh, all I remember is that it gave new support for Silent Magician and Silent Swordsman, and we got Silver's Cry as a super. Uh, I think Dragon Shrine. Can't remember if it was rare. You must know what I'm talking about. Um, yeah, the set I'm referring to. But yeah, the last support we got was in that set, and it hasn't been reprinted. Um, Now those cards are really tough to find. Um, Hopefully, they'll get reprinted soon. Um, anyway, yeah, they can have the skilled yellow magician. As for a skilled green magician, this was a tougher one to think of. Um, but I'm leaning more towards magnet ones. Yeah, purely because a couple of them do have green on some sort of shade of Alpha the Magnet Warrior. Um, I'm not sure about Valkyrie. I'm not sure if he's white or silver or sort of a really bright green or turquoise colour. I know Berserkerion has is mostly green as well, um, and yeah, Gamma the electromagnet has a shade as well. Um, well, either way, I think Magnet would benefit off having a skilled Richician. um, and free. Do you have a Dark Strike fighter available? Right. No, I'm afraid I don't. Sorry. Um, I'll keep a lookout for one. Wonder what crazy idea you've got in mind. It's another Endymion spicy tech, perhaps? And the last three questions are from Express Game. 1. Find the hidden words. Look carefully. Okay, so I did glance at this earlier. Um, you are amazing. Yay, thank you. 2. Which 007 movies are your favourites? I think you mean what movies are my favourites? Well, I am particularly fond of Goldeneye. Um, I, I'm not sure what it is about Goldeneye, but that one I really, really do like. It's just a really a great one. The very first one that Pierce Brosnan was in, and it came out in 1995, which was one of the best years ever for me. Um, for a number of reasons, which I'm pretty sure I did discuss in a previous episode. Anyway, um, yeah, it was just cool seeing Pierce take the role of James Bond for the first time ever, um, along with you know, was it Boris being the comic relief and saying, "Ha ha! I am invincible." And that was just awesome. Um, other ones did I like? I was also very fond of Thunderball, which is actually my dad's favourite James Bond. Um, I think I see why he likes it. Just very cool, very memorable. A lot of it takes place swimming in the sea, something I like doing. Of course, um, I've never been scuba diving. It's not down that far anyway. Like I don't think I'd actually be brave enough to put on a wetsuit and have an oxygen tank and swim that far down. um, Especially since I know some of the risks involved. Um, Especially that chance of getting depression sickness if you're not careful. Um, anyway, I digress. Yeah, that was really cool. Um, no, I don't have any particular other favorites. But I did also enjoy um, uh, a lot of the ones that Roger Moore did. Um, yeah, he's um, did like this was Roger Moore's James Bond as well. Um, Even though Sean Connery, the original one, really nailed it. like back in the day. R.I.P. to Sean Connery as well. Um, and three, uh, are there any people you'd like to meet from Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime? Not from the original, as you already met them. Well, two of them from the original. Any others from any other Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime seasons? I think you mean the voice actors. Um, um, I hadn't really thought about it, but I guess I would like to meet Jaden's voice actor. Was his name Matthew Charles? And also Greg Abbey, voice of Yusei and Tristan. Meeting them would be cool as well. Um, yeah, I know Tristan is an original series character as well, but you know, Brad Gabby also did voice Yusei from a completely different anime, so it counts. Um, oh, and by the way, I am aware that Dan Green and Eric Stewart are apparently going to be at London Comic Con this weekend. Like, as much as I'd love to go and meet them again, I'm just not sure. It seems a bit late notice, and I'm trying to save money for other things. How much are tickets to get into the con? What, 8, 9 quid? I feel like it might have gone up since I went back in 2017. I mean, I do have an Oyster card, which would help me save some train fare. Uh, but I don't know. Haven't really been bothered about going to uh, London MCM in recent years. Uh, just haven't had the time or the patience, really. I think, yeah, the problem is not a lot of things interest me at these events these days. The Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, obviously, I'm sure there are other cool things like DC stuff, but I just don't know. That's fine. I'm still happy with yeah, the Dark Magician that Dan Green already signed for me. It was all good. And yeah, that is it for questions in this episode. Thanks a lot for your guys' questions. And if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening, UK time. So be sure to get your question in before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks again. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Richician YouTube channel.